Thank you for taking this moment to breathe and to listen to what can change your life forever. My name is Ragna Sinikas, and I'm the founder of Starpreneur TV, How to Dominate the Decade talk show, World Women Conference and Awards, the creator of Coral Desk, the coach of the Changemakers, and co-author of the book, Dominate Your Decade. My mission is to empower through education, and thank you very much for joining us today. Today, I have the honor to talk with two absolutely amazing people from Miami, Florida. Maria Renee Davila is the founder of Successful Women in Business, and Al Otero is the president of the Global Trade Chamber. So, Maria and Al, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for taking your time. I know that it's very busy time. You have also your own channel. You do a lot of good things, and we're going to talk about them. So let's start with Maria. Maria, who are you? What is your background? Why are you living in Miami, and why are you doing what you're doing?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for this kind invitation. We're eager to meet you in person, Ragne. As probably all your followers know, you are a recipient this year for the 100 Successful Women in Business, which is a series of events that we produce as an organization. I'm the co-founder of the Successful Women in Business, which produces several events, and also now we're doing a lot of webinars and interviews. But also I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Global Trade Chamber, which is a global organization that helps businesses to expand worldwide, to connect sellers and buyers. Our headquarters is here in Fort Lauderdale, basically Miami, and we are so happy to be here in Florida. It's always a good weather for us, and I love this area. I love the state. I don't think I'm going to move to another state. And thank you so much again for this invitation.
And Al, what would you say about yourself?
Well, we've been working with chambers of commerce for years, and our primary function is to help companies start, grow, and succeed in local and international markets. Our main challenge is small businesses that they really don't have the resources, the tools, or the support of either local, national, or international organizations because they focus primarily on the biggest companies in the world. But the small companies always get left aside, and this coronavirus epidemic has been a great example of how the small businesses are not helped and serviced during hard times. So we're here to help them. We're here to encourage them, to connect them to people like you around the world. They can give information and tools to be successful, to make it through hard times. We've been working with Caroline Makaka for years now with women entrepreneurs and helping them also learn about other ways to succeed and to thrive and to help more people. So we're here to serve, and we do that pretty well.
Well, I was reading both of your biographies, and there's so much that I want to talk about because I think that your background really makes you successful in what you do today in your daily life and in your business. So, Maria, can you tell us the companies that you have worked with and what have been the biggest challenges and what have been the biggest wins working with, for example, with Fortune 500 companies?
Yeah, well, I started my career at a very young age. I started actually when I was 17 years old. And I always had in mind to be an entrepreneur. And I'm not saying that it's anything wrong on working for somebody else. I just didn't have that spirit. My spirit was more like a free spirit and that type of spirit that wants to build things, build projects, build companies. So basically, that's how I started. I started with my first company. It was in a model agency. And then I expand the company with an academy. I then I added more services, event planning, advertising agency. And suddenly, I was doing super good. I had very good accounts that we were managing. I work with 500 companies such as Coca-Cola. I work with Pepsi. I work with Tequila El Cuervo. I work with Dove. I work with a lot of companies that I can't even remember right now. But they were my clients, and we were doing really good with them. But it was a moment that I decided to change the industry. I think that my project and my goal with that specific sector was accomplished, and it was time for me to move to another sector. And then I started, more the business industry, doing events, international events in the biofuel industry. I did several international events in other sectors for health. I also did events for international conferences. And then again, I had this spirit of starting again another company, and we started with Al, the Global Chamber, about 13 years ago. And this was always the global concept and initiative that we have to how we can connect the world, how we can connect small businesses through, between one country, another country, and what we can do to help them. So we have over 20 programs now to help small businesses worldwide. We have several divisions as part of the chamber. One of the most important and relevant that I believe that we can mention now due to the virus and this global crisis is the virtual concept. We provide companies the business solution through virtual offices. We're doing now everything virtual. We're doing virtual interviews. We have virtual seminars, virtual training. So I believe that we are fully equipped right now, a fully equipped chamber that is providing everything virtual, online. And in a few days, we're gonna be launching the new website, which is gonna be 100%, I will say, virtual in all the levels, because all the services that we're gonna provide are gonna be online and accessible and available 24/7 for everybody worldwide.
Yes, very exciting.
And I'm seeing all your recognitions. So this is incredible list, which will take me a little bit of time to read all of that.
That's enough. The recognitions is that.
I just work here. I just work here.
But what really stands out for me is the Emerald Heart Award for 2012 for outstanding dedication to community service. What is this award about, and what are the community services that you do or your company has been involved with?
Well, our whole philosophy ever since I've been in business is to serve. As a business leader, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, your primary function in life is to serve your clients and your employees, and obviously your community. And most people are not using that philosophy, and they don't last in business because they're not giving all the time. So if you want to reap, you have to sow. And my philosophy has always been, how do I help you? And out of that comes clients, referrals, and recognitions. So our service to the community has been always number one. We have served, that Emerald Award was by a newspaper here in Florida, because they were following us with the things that we were doing in the community, and they didn't have anybody else to give the award to. So. But the whole, we're just honored to be recognized. I have served on boards of county government. I have served on boards of cities. I have served on boards of state chambers of commerce, because we have a lot of outreach. We have a unique organization that's multicultural, multinational, and multi-sector, and those don't exist right now. You go to organizations that are either one sector, maybe accountants or lawyers or manufacturers, or you have an organization that only caters to Colombian entrepreneurs. But we said we are no longer a one community. We're many communities trying to work together, and there's nothing to bring them together. And a great example is that we brought the president of the Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce to Bolivia a few years ago to meet with the chamber there. And who does that? I mean, who brings Bangladesh to Bolivia? He wasn't sure what he was doing there.
Through Florida.
Through Florida. So we are a bridge. We are connectors, and that's the type of things that we do here locally. We have many multicultural events. The women's event, the 100 Successful Women. Last year we had over 30 countries participate, over 1,000 women. Where do you find that? So we are totally multicolored and multi-sector. So we're here to serve, and because of the service, we have had consistent recognition from awards from government, from the government of Bangladesh gave us an award for serving the Bangladesh community, a Bolivian and a Colombian, go figure. But that's how we serve. That's the only way you can be effective, is to be completely multicultural today.
So Maria, can you tell us a little more about the 100 Successful Women in Business? Is this to empower women? Is this, what is the slogan for this event?
Yeah, definitely. This initiative is based on all the information and all the people that is involved also with the chamber through the, all these years. I know a lot of entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, that were looking all the time for advice, for additional guide, counseling. And as a woman entrepreneur, I can tell you that we are very entrepreneurial. We have the spirit. We want to start things, but in the process we need help. We need some kind of guide or advice from experts that can help us to start, grow, and expand. So the initiative of creating the 100 Successful Women in Business basically was due to this fact that women in business need help. Women in business need information, need additional training, but at the same time, we need recognition. We need to be more effective in all the services that we provide, all the products that we have, but at the same time, we want to make sure that people, the market, the community, the society recognizes the work. So that's why we created the concept, the 100 Successful Women in Business. And actually it's 100 because we want to award every year 100 successful women in business worldwide. And this is gonna, well, this in March, the past March was gonna be the second year, but unfortunately due to the COVID-19, we had to reschedule. But last year, which was the first year that we did the 100 Successful Awards, we had, like Al said, about 35 countries, and I will say about 56 nationalities. So a lot of people were involved in this event, and they just love the concept because we have the opportunity to network global with other ladies doing probably the same that you are doing, or maybe you see the opportunity to create a relationship with them, to create strategic alliances with them, or just to grow your network. And the interesting part on this concept is that the initiative was focused more for women in business, but it's amazing the high percentage of participation of the male population, because a lot of companies are managed by men, but their target, their market, their clients are women. So we have actually, even though this is a women event, it's a combination because everybody wants to be involved on this concept. And due to the success of this event, we decided to do it every 3 months. So it's once a year we do the awards. We recognize 100 successful ladies like you. You're gonna be the recipient for 2020. But also we do a roadshow. So we are doing in different cities in US, and we were planning to do next year in London. And with Dr. Makaka, which is our strategic partner there, we were planning to launch the first international, well, I will say not international, overseas event of this series of events.
Beautiful, and it's a brilliant way, because I think what we as women and entrepreneurs usually lack is the self-confidence. And I think by recognizing the work that has been done, the main trigger is the self-confidence that it boosts. So I think
Absolutely.
that's incredible approach to it. So But let's talk about now, as you have seen and you are in the middle of it every day. And what are the main concerns? For example, you see the businesses that are coming to you, and obviously everybody needs to reinvent themselves. So if they ask from you what to do now, what is your answer?
Well, first thing they need to do is they need to have a lot of faith. They need to have understand that the help is not going to come from the government usually. Uh, you have to find your own way to get yourself up and move forward. So our goal is to empower people that they have done it before and they can do it again. They might have to start a new business, but if you're an entrepreneur, you're always an entrepreneur. So we are helping people also uh, start a new business, maybe completely go online with their business because things change forever. Things are never going to be the same as we were before. And a lot of the people that are doing business virtually now will continue to do business virtually even when things stabilize because it's more comfortable, it's safer. And really, why do I have to drive somewhere to drive a car when they can bring it to me and I sign the papers and I take the car? I mean, it's changing the way we do business. So that creates a whole new industries. People that are mobile, accountants that are mobile, bankers that are going to go visit the client, tell the client going to the bank. So the jobs that may not be there as much as they were before, now they're adjusting to another way. The restaurants, they have a lot more people delivering. So now there's a whole industry of people having to drive because they don't have enough people to deliver the food for the restaurants. So we have to adjust, we have to adapt. But right now we're in that moment of turnover. So we have to be patient and look for the way that we're going to make it. Unemployment's going down already. So the unemployment is immediately coming back, even though uh, we're not going to get all the jobs back, but there's new jobs that people can apply for, or they can go online and do their services, whatever they do. So I think it's just a matter of having patience, faith, and seeing things a little bit different because it's not going to work.
But like you said, Ragne, we are in the process of reinvention. We are living in a technology era. So now we are realizing that, like you said, Al, we don't need to go to the office every day because we can do the same work from home. So probably that's going to be the new tendency, you know, people working from home, spending more time with their family instead of going to the office and driving for an hour, the traffic, spending gas and all of those things. In terms of the unemployment, yes, a lot of people is losing their jobs. A lot of small business are, you know, going out of business. But guess what? At the same time, people is gonna reinvent and they're gonna start a new business. They're gonna start new ideas. I believe that we're gonna have people next year inventing new process, new projects, new services that we haven't thought about. So in the history, you're always gonna see crisis, but you're always gonna see that we're gonna go through an evolution process.
Well, I totally agree because I think that in times like this, we are forced to jump out from our comfort zone and really like if we us as a human beings, for most of us, I'm not talking about the 5% of the rarer people that have the drive to do it, whatever circumstances there are, but 95% of the population is still like, if something is working, why to change it, no? So I'm 100% agreeing with you that those are the times that we are just forced to find another way in order to whether survive, whether to really ask yourself now, like, okay, what can we not do better, but what can we do different? So I think
Exactly.
that's very, very, very interesting, no? But what do you see? We have talked with many of the people that I have interviewed lately, and there has been a lot of comments that the importance of digital marketing. How do you see, and what are your recommendations on that side?
You're gonna.
Do it. But digital marketing is basically promoting yourself online. I mean, that is really what it boils down to. Everything that we do, we can now do online. We can interview people online, so we don't have to physically meet people. You can make presentations to sell your product or service online. We're actually starting a new project, which is a virtual expo. So it's a place where people can showcase their company, their products, and people can go see it online with a short video and information about the company. So virtual expo is going to be a 24-hour day thing that we're going to provide for people. The webinars where people can educate and learn about an industry. So digital marketing is finding a way to present your product and then follow up and sell the product, all done online.
And what do you think? I have one interesting question, which the other day I was thinking that now, as most of the speakers, coaches, authors, everybody is basically giving away everything for free to help the communities and everything. What do you think when or if it really goes back to the point that that even if we do online events, we are able to even charge for that? So you know, we're in a sense in the waters now where everyone is giving away the knowledge for free. And when or how, who is going to be the first person who says, you know what, okay, this is the limit, the circumstances are over, and now from this on, because at the end of the day, it's our time, and the time is money. So
Absolutely.
what do you
Well, I
see
think
there?
that all the webinars, especially the webinars that we are promoting, and I have been seeing in, several webinars. Now everybody's doing a webinar, which is good because they want to, like you said, inform and help people somehow. But at the same time, all these webinars are just informative webinars. So you can't really do a deep training through one session. So I assume that that is why a lot of professionals are providing this type of webinars for free, because they just want to give the general information and try to help people. But in the process, if you want to have a deep training, or you want to have, go to the next level to receive more education about the webinar, you definitely need to take the course, take the class, or contract the services of this professional, which is a valid business, because you are investing your time on teaching or training somebody, and you need to charge for it. So I believe that if a lot of people is doing now free webinars, is because of the crisis that we're living. But eventually, if you wanna specialize, or if you wanna become an expert in something, you definitely need to invest to get the most of this service. As a chamber, we are offering a lot of webinars. These are complimentary webinars, because as an organization, we have to help people providing the basic tools. But we always encourage our motivational speakers to give their contact information if our members and non-members decide to do business with them.
And you mentioned that most of your concepts are today virtual or going virtual. Do you see that happening worldwide, or do you see that happening more in US?
Global. Everybody had the epidemic. This is the only thing that's touched every corner of the planet. So everybody's dealing with the same things. I talk to people in other countries, they're doing everything virtual. They don't even leave the house. We're beginning to loosen up, but some of the other countries are not. So they're still trying to do everything from home, and they're going to get used to doing that. So it's a global trend that a lot of these things are going to be online, and a lot of them can be done online.
Yeah, but you cannot stop meeting with people. You cannot just isolate and don't talk anybody else in live or face to face. Eventually, things are gonna get better, and probably you're gonna keep your virtual concept through meetings or the home base office and things like that. but you eventually need to meet face to face with clients. You need to meet face to face with potential partners, because it's not everything about just doing business through a computer. You know, you need to have that personal touch. Like, I want to see who's this person, and you want to feel that this is a real business. In terms of international business, I believe that so far we have been doing this for a long time. It's not just that because of the crisis we are just doing now meetings through online platforms, or we're doing virtual concepts. We have been doing this for a long time. The only difference is that before it was
I
the
understand. Sí,
basic,
mi amor.
before
Sorry.
it was more like, that's okay. These things happen online, see? So that's why you need to have the personal touch, because you don't really know who is talking on the other side of the computer. And like I was saying, that before we were doing this as a first step, but the second step was always to meet in person to these potential clients. So as a organization that connect buyers and sellers, we try to do the first step, which is the connection through the online meeting or telephone meeting, video conferences, but then they eventually meet in person to do the business. You're not gonna invest 30,000, 50,000, $1 million in somebody that you don't know. So things are gonna get better. People is gonna start meeting again. Also, we do a lot of events. Our industry has been impacted very, very dramatic and strong for us, because we had to cancel or reschedule almost all our events this year. We don't really know what is going to happen next year, but we know that we're going to start doing events again, because people like to network and they want to have, you know, the physical approach.
So, what the future will bring for your organization, for the Global Trade Chamber? Let's say the next 3 years.
The next 3 years is, we're really a reflection of what we expect to happen in the business world, because we are a business. So what I see that's going to happen probably within 12 months is that we're going to have a combination of online and physical activities. And if you look at it from a very positive side, now you're doubling the opportunities to grow your business and sell your products. So instead of looking at it as reinventing, if you look at the long term, you're now going to have two vehicles to promote and sell your products globally, which many people were not touching uh, potential clients beyond their community.
Yep.
So this has opened the world of opportunities for everybody, because now people are having to promote and look for clients without walls, without borders. So this has created, for the people that are going to reinvent, improve, and adapt, double the opportunities that they had before, more, because now you have a global market to present your product or services. So I think the opportunity is massive for anybody that is going to make it through this, that we're going to triple, quadruple the size of companies that are going to be able to offer both the physical and the virtual services.
And you know what, Andrade, it's also forcing us, it's forcing everybody in the business, regardless the sector, to update yourself, to learn more about social media, to learn more about digital marketing. Because now, if you don't know about digital marketing, if you are not working with a company to help you with your branding, with your promotion through online services, you are going to be behind. So you need to educate yourself, but also start working with other companies to multiply your efforts. Because right now we are also seeing that, you know, like that's why we're offering digital marketing as one of the services, because people needs to promote their company, but they don't know how to do social media. I know ladies that they don't even know how to open an account in Facebook. They don't know what is Instagram. And I'm, to be honest with you, I'm still getting familiar with Instagram, because you need to, you know, be every day trying to learn a little bit more of the technology if you don't want to be behind. So now you are doing even live videos through Facebook, you're doing live interviews through Instagram, but unless you are up to date, you're going to be behind.
So thank you everybody who has joined us today. If you have any questions, then this is the best time to leave them, whether you're watching in Facebook Live. below the video, I'm able to see the questions that are coming in on the profile of Ragne Sinikas. If you are watching from Coral Desk, those questions will be answered after our session. None of the questions will, we will take care of them, don't worry. And also if you're here in Zoom, then you can leave them in the chat area. So what would you say, or what would be your 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade?
I always look at first.
We're interchangeable. Except for the mustache, you couldn't tell us apart. Number 1, faith, be patient. Second is adapt, because if you're not adapting, you're going to be gone. And third is that you look at your long-term plans, because it's no longer from day to day. You have got to be organizing and planning for the next 12, like you said, 2 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, because if you're not planning ahead, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, my 3 recommendations. Number 1, definitely don't give up. If you have a dream, if you have your company, and right now you're going through challenging times, don't give up. Reinvent yourself. You're gonna go through this crisis, and plan your company, plan your goals for the next 5 years. If you see the overall picture, you're not gonna be worried about the details. So plan the 5-year schedule for your company, and then focus on that goal. And you know, the time is gonna fly. And my 3rd recommendation is that educate yourself. You need to be up to date with the technology, with what is going on with the digital era, with everything. So I'm not saying that you need to be an expert in everything, because that then you become a micromanager, and you don't want to do that. But at the same time that you have a basic knowledge in everything, you can delegate responsibilities or work with other companies to help you grow and expand. But definitely those will be my 3 recommendations. Educate yourself, then be in constant communication with what is going on worldwide, plan for the next 5 years, and don't give up.
Don't give up.
Can you say a little more about the package of the digital marketing that you are promoting to your clients, what it is?
Yeah, the digital marketing is, we took the most important aspects of everything which is digital marketing, because when you talk about digital marketing, it's a lot of components. So what we do, we have different packages based on the size of your company, and also based on the stage of your company. Because if you are a new company, you're not gonna need the same tools that probably a company that is in the process of growing is gonna need. However, our packages are a combination of social media. Like I said before, social media is crucial for your business. You need to be there every day, as often as possible, feeding your audience about what you do, what services you are providing, informing people, because people love to hear, tips and things like that. So we have created a combination of social media, but also we can help you with your website. If you don't know who to trust to start your website or update your website, we can help you with that, because we have developers working on that. But also we can do an e-commerce project for you now, due to the digital era, the globalization, the online era. So e-commerce is a good industry for you. We can help you building your e-commerce website, meaning that you're gonna be able to sell your products. The other thing that we do, due to our database and subscriber list, we also offer in companies email marketing. So we can help you a lot with email marketing campaigns. And now, thanks to our partner, Constant Contact, we are also offering other tools that are part of the email marketing. So before I forget, if you want to get more information, I'm sure Trackney is going to share with you our contact information. However, you can visit the website that is going to be actually the new look next week, www.globaltradechamber.com.
Beautiful. We have some other questions. What are your strengths as a Global Trade Chamber?
Our main strength with the chamber is that we are totally multicultural. We have been working for many, many years with many cultures and doing business in different cultures. It's a whole project in itself because you don't do the same way business with Japan that you would with Colombia. So you have got to be very multiculturally savvy to be able to succeed in those communities. In the United States, we're totally multicultural now. So if you go to Miami or you go to New York, it's a whole different set of communities. You have the Russians, you have the Bangladesh. So all these communities, our strength is a multicultural experience and connections on the global scale. And that will open so many more markets for you than just working within your own community. Multicultural.
Who are your mentors or coaches?
Oh, we have a lot of great people. We have CEOs from major corporations that we have worked with, banks. We have worked with executives from airlines like Copa Airlines, presidents of international universities that mentor us on education for our business people. These are global leaders. We work with commissioners, uh, mayors of different cities from different communities. We have worked with presidents of chambers in many countries where we have alliances, and those people are in touch with the business communities in those countries. So our mentors are our peers, people that we work with that are doing the same thing that we are, but now we join forces and come up with greater and better tools.
When people ask you what business are you in, what do you tell them?
Well, it's hard to position ourselves in one specific sector because we're a chamber of commerce, but at the same time, all the services that we provide are more like a marketing firm because we do a lot of multimedia, we do a lot of marketing concepts. We help people with marketing plans, we help people with business plans. I will say that we are more like a consulting organization. We have several programs to help you start, grow, and expand. We also have a division that is the export initiative. So we help companies to export and import. Through that division, we have several services. We also have a division that is the Business Institute. Through the Business Institute, we give you trainings in different areas. Our expertise is sales, networking, and also we're doing digital marketing now. So it's we have several divisions in the chamber, and I will say that if you want to mention an industry or sector, probably will be more like the business consulting.
Yeah, coaching, and we're small business helpers. We help small businesses. That's our main function, is to help small businesses.
Who is your inspiration?
That's a good question. My inspiration is my mom. It was were my parents before my dad passed away, but now it's my mom because I want to every day achieve my goals because I know that every time that I do something, she's going to be proud of me. And why my mom? Because now I'm a mom. And I know that I want my kids to be proud of me all the time.
Beautiful.
Good.
What about you?
My inspiration, I'm inspired by people that are making a difference in their communities. I don't care how much money or power or titles you have. If you're not impacting the community, you're not building a legacy, and you're not used to me. That's what inspires me. People that are out there with their sleeves rolled up, multi-million-dollar corporations. They out there with the frontline people helping the community. That's the people that inspire me.
And the last question, what is currently your biggest challenge?
Well, as an organization, I think definitely the adaptation process, because even though we are trying to equip the chamber with all the necessary tools to survive this crisis, the challenging time is adapting. We need to adapt to the new technology. We need to adapt with the team, and we have been forced to lay out our team. Lay off our team because we cannot have physical contact for now. I don't even know why you're talking to me too close. because we should supposed to have the distance, the social
I
distance.
check your temperature. We check each other's temperature every day. I have no idea what that means, but they do it.
So we're doing more like a remote right now with our team. So that's a challenge because the communication not always is fluent, and we have some, holes between responsibilities and activities and tasks that we need to do every day. Another thing that we are considering, and probably a lot of companies are doing, is the outsourcing. Probably we're gonna end up doing that. So the chamber is going through a process of change, and that change is challenging for us.
Let me see. Okay, let's take the one more question. Where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years from now?
On a beach in Mexico, like you.
That's a good answer. Yeah, I
I
didn't
like it.
specify whether it's a personal or
Oh, you did not?
organizational goal.
Well, you know what? He always tells me that his dream is to be at the beach and just pushing a button to manage the company. He doesn't want to work and come to the office every day. He loves the beach. I mean, I think he wants to, when he retires, he wants to live there, right?
I want to get a condo on the beach. But because of what's happening, we can do business from anywhere on the planet. So we're no longer tied to an office. And that's my goal, is to be able to run a global business organization, helping companies connect, outsourcing in partners in different parts of the world, and doing what we're doing, but a much bigger global scale. And I can do it from anywhere with rum and coke. Don't forget the rum and coke.
So if people want to follow you, if people want to contact you, what would be the best channels to do so?
Yeah, the globaltradechamber.com, www.globaltradechamber.com. You can also find us in Facebook with the same name, globaltradechamber.com. We are in Instagram, we are in LinkedIn, we are in Twitter with the same name, Global Trade Chamber. But also you can call us. The international code, I believe, is number 1-954-839-8866. Or you can email us at tradecenter@globaltradechamber.com.
What would be your final note or message to everybody who are watching us?
Connect, build a global network of connections that are going to be the clients, referral sources, or mentors. You have got to build your network. If you're not building a network on a global scale, you're limiting your future and you're not going to be able to compete. Our LinkedIn network is about 27,000 contacts worldwide. So we have been building this network for 13 years. So we were looking way ahead of what's happening today, but it's all about your connections. Your connections will bring you other connections, and your network determines your net worth.
Anything to add, Maria?
I will say that use this time to plan and organize your goals. Definitely, everybody's going through a challenging time. So use the time to plan, organize your future, organize things with your family, spend more time with your kids or your parents, and things are gonna get better.
Thank you very much. Thank you everybody who joined us today. Thank you for investing in yourself by taking the time to listen to us. And I really hope that you made some notes. And more than that, I hope that you will take action on your notes, because that way you can change your life. You can become the hero of your own life. You can also become the hero of someone else's life by sharing this video. Why? Because there might be people that would need to hear what we discussed today, or someone will get the idea, wow, why didn't I do or think like that before? So we never know when just a piece of information can change our life forever. So help to be the change in someone else's life. So become the hero of your life and someone else's life. Thank you very much for joining us. This was our 99th interview lesson, and 1 hour and 15 minutes is the interview in Spanish. And this is going to be our 100th interview. So I'm very proud of.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very proud of every single one of you who have joined us, who have really contributed in, and also all the speakers, authors, and coaches who have joined us to share their knowledge and experience. I really appreciate truly each one of you. So we are in this together. Thank you very much again for joining us, and I will see you in 1 hour and 13 minutes in our Spanish show. Maria, I'm going to talk to you very soon. Hopefully we will get the chance to see this year. I hope that I get the chance to come and actually pick up my award.
Wonderful. We can't wait.
Yes, so thank you very much for taking your time and being with us this morning, this afternoon for you already in Miami, and enjoy your weekend, and we will talk very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.